We're looking at the buy, sell, holds, and trades from Week 5 fantasy football. We're looking at the players who busted, the guys we want to pick up, the guys we want to sell, going game by game, looking at the matchups, the box scores, and game scripts. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going deeper than anybody else on the waiver wire, doing waiver wire content every single day here on the channel, going deeper by the day. On top of that, we're helping you set your lineups by looking at the must-starts from every game and then doing player rankings. And we're deep diving all the trending players. If news hits, we're going to do a deep dive on that player. Click that button. Stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. You do not want to disappoint Ric Flair. But Vikings-Browns, 21-17, Dillon Gabriel's first start. It wasn't bad in a rookie perspective, but still for fantasy football, it's a little disheartening. He's a short target merchant. Sits on the out routes, sits on the flat a lot of short passes. Carson Wentz, 236 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Mason got you 52 yards and a touchdown. He got you to the fairway this week, which is fine because it's the Browns defense. So you're happy with that, and Quinshon Judkins is the man. He's the man. Any quarterback out there just needs to hand it off to him, and that's it. And hopefully they convert a couple plays. Dillon couldn't do that. He missed on a couple. The offensive line is rough for the Browns as well. I want to call that out. He likes to target the tight ends. You see this with David Njoku. You're also seeing this with Fannin. Both of them got touchdowns. Isaiah Bond got 7 targets in this game, but we couldn't connect much. 2 balls caught, 29 yards. Jamari Thrash, 1 catch, 22 yards. Jerry Jeudy, just 3 fantasy points. Justin Jefferson cashes, 7 catches, 123 yards. Jordan Addison was quiet, did not play the first quarter, but scored a touchdown late. Had a big game. Josh Oliver got a little bit. TJ Hawkinson, 6 balls caught off 6 targets. 9 fantasy points, 9.8. Now, it might be enough to back in tight end 1 status for the week. All in all, slow game script like we expected. Colts, Raiders, and Geno Smith might be done. He might be dust for fantasy football. He might have a few more fantasy football performances that are okay due to sheer volume, but you're not going to start him until he starts turning it around. He has like 5 picks in the last 2 games, 2 picks in this game, just 228 yards, just turning the ball over, 8 yards on the ground. Danny Dimes facilitating the rock, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, with Jonathan Taylor scoring 3 touchdowns on the ground, 66 yards. Taylor's just killing it this year. Ashton Jeanty, 67 yards on the ground, with Mostert getting a little bit of work here. And you're just looking at the Raiders side here. 6 targets for Tucker. He got you 10 points. Ashton Jeanty backed in for his fantasy production here through the air. And you're looking at Jakobi Meyers, Bustville, 7.2 PPR fantasy points. And Ashton Doolin got 5 targets in this matchup. You're not picking him up. Josh Downs hit the fairway this week. Tyler Warren got a score. Michael Pittman got a score. The Colts are just putting up fantasy numbers. Jonathan Taylor getting a little bit through the air. Anthony Richardson even caught a ball. They're just getting it done. A.D. Mitchell's in the doghouse. We knew that coming in. They could at 40-6. I knew there was going to be a lot of movement for this game. Giants, Saints. Saints win it. They get the first win of the season. And Jaxson Dart, everybody was talking him up on Twitter while he was playing, but it started to unravel. He threw 2 picks. We had some turnovers here, 202 yards and 2 touchdowns, though. He likes to take off with it. That's what we like in fantasy football. That extend the drives as well for real football. 55 yards on 7 carries. Skattebo, 6 balls caught and 59 rushing yards, 45 yards through the air. Just getting it done. That's helping him in fantasy. That's looking solid. On top of that, Darius Slayton, 3 for 31. Wandell, 5 for 30. So they're really not hitting it for you for fantasy right now. It's hard to trust Dart. Then you're also looking at Theo Johnson getting the score there and helping you out there, scoring twice. And Rashid Shaheed gets that big touchdown. Chris Olave gets you to the fairway this week with 7 balls caught, 59 yards. No touchdown this week, but racking up 11 targets. Alvin Kamara, 4 balls caught, 28 yards. Is he going to hit the trade block? Because the Chargers need a running back now. And I don't know if they're going to roll out Hassan Haskins, and this team's 1-4. 8 carries, 27 yards. Kendre Miller, 10 carries, 41 yards. He's a pickup right now off the waiver wire. He is a pickup. He will get a unique video soon. I would not be surprised if they call up Alvin Kamara, the Saints, to see if they can get a deal done. Taysom Hill's getting some work. not enough for fantasy production. Like I said, he's a vibe. He's a vibe. You'll never know when to start him. Saints get their first win. Cowboys, Jets. Vegas said with the over-unders there was going to be a lot of points scored. Cowboys pushed for a lot of scoring. Jets were getting road dogged by the Cowboys. Justin Fields, football-wise, might be cooked. Might be all right enough for you for fantasy. Still 2 touchdowns, 26 rushing yards. Breece Hall kicked into gear. Running back scored well against the Cowboys. 113 yards. Also 4 balls caught for 42 yards in this game for him. Garrett Wilson, 6 balls caught, 71 yards and a touchdown. Killed it for you in fantasy. Mason Taylor's starting to kick it into gear. He's starting to hit. And this is a rookie that we liked. At the tight end, it usually takes some time for a rookie to start doing something, maybe a couple years. But he's starting to rock it. Now we're looking at Ryan Flournoy. This was his breakout game. His breakout moment with 6 balls caught, 114 yards, 9 targets. George Pickens got a touchdown in this game as well. Just a big-time threat on the outside. Ferguson got 2 scores. He killed it in this matchup. He's easily a tight end 1, a top tight end this week. Javonte Williams, another solid performance out of him. He was a great late-round pick in this year's drafts. And Dak Prescott, 4 touchdowns through the air. Cowboys road dog the Jets. Broncos versus Eagles. I told you this matchup was going to be nasty. It was 21-17, a very low-scoring, low-volume game. But we did get some numbers in the passing game. 242 yards from Nix, 280 from Hurts, 3 touchdowns combined. But you're looking at the run game here. Dobbins got you to the fairway. Like, against this defense, you can't hate it. 79 yards and a touchdown. RJ Harvey, 12 yards on the ground, 3 balls caught. He ain't hitting to that rookie status. Saquon Barkley, 30 rushing yards. 3 balls caught, 58 yards and a touchdown, though. He's just explosive. You can just use him in different areas. We all know that, dude. But Devonta Smith, 8 balls caught, 114 yards in this matchup, 10 targets. I kind of felt like one of these wide receivers was going to do something, especially what came out in the media. And it happened with Devonta Smith. A.J. Brown got you to the fairway almost. Almost got you to the fairway. 8 targets. 18 targets between Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown. So that's something to look at. Dallas Goedert got you that touchdown. 6, 9, 10 fantasy points. That's almost tight end 1 status. But you're looking at Cortland Sutton. 99 yards, 8 balls caught off 10 targets. Troy Franklin got 5 targets, but not enough fantasy points. Evan Ingram's back. He got targeted pretty heavy the last 2 weeks. You're looking at RJ Harvey getting 3 targets. Marvin Mims got 5 targets, didn't do anything with it. Broncos come out with the win and hand the Eagles their first loss of the year. Dolphins, Panthers, and I told you this game was going to have some good movement, and I like this one. This was one of my favorite games going in, and we were stacking a lot of players from this game, including Rico Dowdle. I had him as a big pickup. I liked him a lot in this matchup. I liked the Dolphins' defense for him. It hit 206 yards, a touchdown. Should be the top running back this week. Also got a little bit working the passing game. Watch Trevor Etienne as they got Cowboys next week. He might get more work. I like that they're starting to use Jimmy Horn. T-Mac kicked it with 6 catches, 73 yards. Xavier Legette got a touchdown. A lot of volume in this game here. And then you're looking at Mitchell Evans getting a touchdown. Waddle hits big with a touchdown, 110 yards. Waller gets another score. Devon Achane gets a score through the air, 16 yards on the ground. And you're looking at 256 yards, 198 for Bryce Young and 2 touchdowns and a pick. This game was explosive. I hope you picked up Rico Dowdle. Texans, Ravens, and I think this is the matchup that went really sideways that I couldn't predict and I got wrong because I did not predict the Texans going 44-10. If you told me the Texans was going to win, I would say, okay, that makes sense, but not like this, not with this score. I could definitely forecast that out and imagine it with Cooper Rush. Like, I just figured they'd be able to slow it down enough, but they couldn't. That Ravens defense is bad. Cooper Rush is bad. 3 picks. Derrick Henry, 33 yards and a touchdown. At least he did that. You're looking at Zay Flowers. He had that big play. Thank goodness for that, or he would have got you nothing. You're looking at Mark Andrews, 2 for 22. Hopkins, 2 for 42. That's really it. Keaton Mitchell's back out there. They're using him. Not enough for him to splash for fantasy production. He just needs 1 touch, though, and it's going to be random. Nick Chubb, the thorn in Woody Mark's side. I did say that a couple times in a few videos this week. Don't be surprised if that happens. It did happen. He got the touchdown, 61 yards. Game script was weird. Look at how many people got a carry in this matchup. Game script was weird here. You're looking at the wide receivers. Christian Kirk hit the fairway. Dalton Schultz hit the fairway, did well for you. I don't like him still. Don't pick him up. Nico Collins got a touchdown. He did all right. He did more than the fairway. He scored well for you. Jaden Higgins got a little work. You're seeing the ball spread around here. 31 targets here. Multiple different pass catchers. CJ Stroud throws for 244 yards and 30 rushing yards. Cooper Rush sucked. He killed it for the Ravens. Titans, Cardinals. I didn't like this matchup, but we got more movement than I really expected. What I really didn't like about this matchup is the Titans can be gritty. They are a very gritty team. We've seen this week in and week out with good teams, mediocre teams, and it happened against the Cardinals, 22-21. Cam Ward, 265 and a pick, also 6 yards on the ground. And then you're also looking at Tony Pollard getting a touchdown with 67 yards, 14 yards for Tajay Spears. He's back. The big story here is the running backs, and you're looking at 51 yards for Michael Carter on the ground on 18 carries and a touchdown, also catching 5 balls for 22 yards. Everybody was wondering which one was going to be the back. They interchanged them. Michael Carter got all the work. Emari Demercado had that big play, really busted it, though, on the goal line. He's explosive. If you really want a strategy now, since we know more about this backfield on game scripts, where it looks like it's going to be tighter like this, or it looks like Cardinals should have the lead, so you're looking at the spread, that's probably going to be a great Michael Carter game. If it looks like a matchup and you're looking at the over-under, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to be down a bit, that's probably going to be a Emari Demercado game. I would not be surprised if Bam Knight comes in here and just takes it over and becomes the guy. I would not be surprised if Bam Knight does that. That's one thing about that. All these guys, like, they're lottos each week in lineups. All of them. Emari Demercado, just, you saw it on that play, just because of that. Michael Carter could score a touchdown. I do not expect him to get targets like this every week. I expect it to be spread out. When I'm looking at Marvin Harrison Jr., he's good. He's good. He's just the second line when it comes to targets. Even in this game, Trey McBride, 7 targets, got you to the fairway. You're looking at Michael Wilson, 2 for 16. After that, it is dismal down the list. Calvin Ridley finally hit. 5 balls caught, 131 yards. Most of us benched him. Came here on the queue, hasn't hit, finally fired. Will probably bust on our lineup next week. It is what it is. Alec Manor gets a lot of work, doesn't score a lot of fantasy points like always. Tony Pollard got that score for us. This was a fun game, though. Bucks, Seahawks, this one was high scoring. This one was a good matchup. I told you guys we were going to get good movement on this. Vegas had it, I think, at like a 44.5 over under. I disagreed with that one. Usually when I am very, very strong, I hit probably above 60-70% on the year. If I'm wishy-washy, then it could go either way. If I'm very strong, the one game where I was strong at and it missed horribly, Steelers-Jets week 1. This game I was pretty strong that we were going to get good movement, and we did. We got it both ways. Baker, Darnold, both hitting over 300 yards, multiple touchdowns. Rashad White got you 2 touchdowns on the ground. Sean Tucker got a little bit of work. People asked about starting him, and yeah, you're in rough spots usually. I don't know if I even said yes to anybody. I wasn't looking at him as a start for regular lineups, but when you were asking, you were kind of in rough spots right there. Touchdown for Zach Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker, 86 yards on the ground on 10 carries. He had that big run for 31 yards. Emeka Egbuka just killed it again. Chris Godwin got 4 targets, didn't hit, but Emeka Egbuka was hitting so good that he was getting it. Kate Otten hit. You're looking at Tez Johnson. He's starting to get more work. He's good in the slot. Good, crafty wide receiver. Sterling Shepard got a touchdown. Jaxson Smith-Njigba. This is a high-state wide receiver violence here. 8 balls caught, 132 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp strikes a little bit. 6 balls caught, 59 yards. Saw him make a big play. A.J. Barner, smashed with 2 touchdowns. Torrey Horton got a touchdown. He's hitting every so often here with big plays. That's what you like about him. Elijah Arroyo came out and got a little bit out there. Not too much, but we're watching him. Kenneth Walker got a catch. Zach Charbonnet got a catch. This was a fun matchup. Bengals, Lions, 37-24. The over-under was at 49.5. I kind of questioned it a bit, but in the videos, I was like, Vegas is going to Vegas, and this is the one I'm going to leave up to Vegas, and we're just going to roll with it, because I could definitely see how Detroit just scores all the points, and the Bengals just get a little bit to get you there. I think this one had good movement to it, even though it was an ugly matchup here with Detroit road dogging. But when you're looking at this, you got Jamar Chase getting 6 balls caught, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. Izzy is back, 5 balls caught, 82 yards. You might think about picking him up, but don't. That's going to be a headache for you. T. Higgins got a touchdown. Not enough to win your week, but enough to get you by. Chase Brown caught 7 balls. He caught 7 balls. He got you something if you started him. He got you a little bit if you started him. And then you're looking at the Detroit side. David Montgomery. If it's a high over-under, 49.5, 50 plus, 48, 47, just throw him in there, especially if it's against a weak defense like the Bengals. Just throw him in there. Gibbs, 54 yards on the ground, but you know he got a touchdown in the air, so he made it right. Amon-Ra, 100 yards on 8 catches, 18 fantasy points right there. You're looking at J-Mo. We miss again, whiffing hard. Sam Laporta hit, though. There's just not enough balls to go around for J-Mo to hit every week, but this game hit with a lot of fantasy points. Commanders versus Chargers. Omarion Hampton got busted up. He's in a walking boot right now. This team might make a move for a running back. Jane Daniels is back, throwing for 231 yards and a touchdown, rushing for 39. Jakobi Croskey-Merritt hits. He hits against a tough defense here. 2 touchdowns, 111 yards. You're looking at Justin Herbert getting sacked 4 times in this game. The offensive line is rough. It is rough right now. Too many injuries right now. Now we're watching the backup running backs. Hassan Haskins comes in. You also got Vidal. It's going to be a split. They might trade for a running back. They might trade for a back. Maybe Alvin Kamara or something like that. Jerome Ford. Some other running back. They might make a deal here. Be on the lookout for that. Deebo Samuel, 8 balls caught, 96 yards and a touchdown. I told somebody to start him in a rough question. I hope they did. I can't remember which one. Keenan Allen, 5 for 58. He's the safest. He's the safest. Ladd had his moment today with the touchdown, 5 balls caught, 39 yards. I thought this was going to be his get-right game. It happened to be. He got you a little bit past the fairway today. I thought it was going to be because the Commanders are very tricky against the pass to these wide receivers. They usually allow 2 wide receivers to get to the fairway, 10-plus PPR points. You got that here with Keenan and Ladd. Almost a triple header. QJ missed it just by a little bit. Omarion Hampton caught 6 balls. We're going to watch his status. We're watching the Chargers here, but they got road dog here by the Commanders. Those are the buy, sell, holds, and trades from today's game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.